The year was 1882, and the university had only opened its doors and started offering classes 4 years ago. The campus consisted of one lone building on a windswept hill on the outskirts of the tiny town of Boulder in the newly formed state of Colorado. A small group of 6 people had just become the first and only members of a new lifelong family. They all shared something in common that no others in the world could claim. They were the first members of the worldwide Forever Buff community. From that foundation that started over 137 years ago, the Forever Buffs family has grown to include hundreds of thousands of people from every corner of Colorado, the United States, and the world. That first group of 6 had the foresight to create the Alumni Association so that all graduates of the University of Colorado could remain connected to their alma mater. Today, the Alumni Association resides in the original President's House, the second building built on the campus in 1884. Its mission has not changed since its creation in 1882, and that is to keep all alumni of the University of Colorado connected to their alma mater. Good evening. I'm Ryan Christ, Assistant Vice Chancellor of the University of Colorado Boulder Alumni Association. I want to welcome all of you to the 91st Annual Alumni Awards Ceremony. Although things are clearly a bit different this year, we felt strongly about continuing this special tradition, even in the face of a 100-year pandemic. Tonight, we're filming live in a studio and taking all the necessary COVID-19 safety precautions as recommended by the CU Boulder campus and local public health orders. Although the format is definitely different, our intent is still the same: to recognize and celebrate the incredible accomplishments and contributions of our alumni, faculty, and staff. Tonight, we honor 6 of CU Boulder's most outstanding alumni and faculty members. This year's honorees are examples of what our university does best. They represent the aspiration, the passion, the character, and the scholarship that can only be found at this incredible university. I'd like to recognize our award selection committee members for volunteering their time and talent on behalf of the Alumni Association and the university. Each year, we recruit people from across campus and beyond to participate in the award selection process. It's inspiring to see the care and commitment each member dedicates to this endeavor. I'd also like to recognize our CU Boulder Alumni Association's current and past national board members who have worked tirelessly and strategically on behalf of the Alumni Association. We rely on our National Alumni Board to provide feedback and support to the Alumni Association staff to continuously improve our programs and extend our outreach initiatives, and yes, even during a pandemic. Colin Finch serves as the chair of our Board of Advisors. He also serves as president of our Forever Gold Club, a movement for highly engaged alumni and friends to support and connect with the university. We are so grateful for alums like Colin, who dedicate so much time and other things to the Alumni Association and CU Boulder. In addition, we would like to thank our supporting awards ceremony and homecoming sponsors. Without them, we couldn't put on events just like this: Liberty Mutual Insurance, Elevations Credit Union, and Bank of America. Thank you for your continued support of the Alumni Association and the University of Colorado. I would like to now introduce our Chancellor, who has a few words he would like to share with our audience and our award recipients tonight. Chancellor DeStefano has been serving CU Boulder for over 46 years. He's a lifelong educator and a true buff. He's currently leading the university through this unprecedented time and incredible challenge.
Welcome all. I want to thank Ryan, the Alumni Association, and the CU advancement teams for keeping our alumni connected to CU through virtual programs like this one during these challenging times. This ceremony gives us immense pride, and I'm proud we are able to recognize those that have contributed so much to this community. The families, friends, and colleagues of our award winners have also tuned in, and I want to welcome all of you as well. Also, with us are past award winners and loyal donors from all over the country. Thank you for your continuing legacy in shaping what is so exceptional about CU Boulder. Our Alumni Award winners are among CU's most inspirational alumni and community members. You inspire us in your leadership and innovation, and in the ways you have impacted humanity. It is our privilege to honor you tonight. This annual event is one of the longest standing traditions at CU, and not even a once-a-century pandemic could interrupt that tradition. While we wish we could get together in person, we're embracing the opportunity to come together virtually with you. The first Alumni Award was presented in 1930 to Harry Alfred Curtis, who earned his undergraduate and graduate degrees in chemistry in 1908 and 1910. The ceremony that day opened the first Memorial Student Union in today's economics building. After graduating from CU, Dr. Curtis became a chemistry professor at Yale and was considered one of the foremost chemists of his day. He was appointed to a presidential commission by Calvin Coolidge to make recommendations on a massive environmental cleanup. Today's awards are named for some of the most important figures in university history, such as George Norland, Robert Stearns, Kapana Shalwa, and other CU Boulder luminaries. These awards honor alumni, faculty, staff, and volunteers. CU Boulder alumni, faculty, staff, and volunteers have a long history of impacting the world. You may not realize the laser was invented by Theodore Maiman in 1960, the 3D printer by Chuck Hall in 1983, the adhesive for the sticky note by Spencer Silver in 1968. Depth of field on your cell phone camera was developed in our labs, and even the saying, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas," was penned by alumnus Jason Hoff in 2003. Every day, our alumni, faculty, staff, and students are making discoveries and gains that positively impact humanity, shape tomorrow's leaders, and make CU Boulder shine as a top institution for innovation. That same spirit of innovation and impact for which we have become known is seen today in our students, faculty, and staff during the pandemic. Students and faculty developed a rapid saliva-based COVID test now used on our campus and far beyond. Students and staff printed personal protective equipment on several dozen 3D printers for frontline workers, while another group collected 130,000 pieces of personal protective equipment from campus inventories to donate to health workers. This is the spirit that our alumni have instilled in our campus. Tonight, we are honoring you and your legacy of innovation and impact. Your success inspires us as a university to lead, innovate, and have impact, and to teach our students to do the same. I want to thank you for your inspiration and for driving our university forward in your own ways. Congratulations to our 2020 Alumni Award winners. Thank you for your contributions to the legacy of our campus, to society, and to the generations that will follow you. It's great to have you all with us tonight.
Thank you, Chancellor DeStefano, for those words and for being a supportive force for CU Boulder advancement and the Alumni Association, and for your incredible leadership through this challenging time. I would also like to take a moment to recognize others from our community that are joining us here this evening. From our Board of Regents, our Chair, Glenn Gallegos, Regent Irene Griego, Regent Leslie Smith, Regent Emeritus Pete Steinhauer, Vice Chancellor for Advancement, Deb Coffin. Dean Lori Bergen from the College of Media, Communication, and Information. Dean Kathy Schultz from the School of Education. Dean Robert Shea from the College of Music. And Dean Jim White from the College of Arts and Sciences. I know we can't see you, but we know you are here and we appreciate you supporting our awardees this evening. Finally, I want to thank our alumna 9 News anchor, Kim Christensen. Kim provided the voiceover for our Alumni Award videos this evening. I just wanted to call out that in case you sounded somebody that sounded familiar, but you couldn't figure out where that voice was coming from, you may have heard her on the trains at DIA or on 9 News every single night. Kim is an absolute true forever buff. Before we begin, in keeping with our Alumni Awards tradition, we would like to take a few moments to tell the story of George Norlin, whose commitment to humanity is our reason for being here tonight. In 1899, about 20 years after CU was established, Norlin arrived in Boulder. He served as a Greek professor until 1917, when he became president, a position he served in for over 22 years. President Norlin oversaw Charles Clouder's architectural redesign of the Boulder campus, paving the way for its jaw-dropping beauty that it is today. He led the university through the Depression and was a rigorous defender of academic excellence and freedom. So beloved was he that when he returned to his office from an illness, 2,500 students and the entire marching band welcomed him back to campus. In 1930, the Alumni Association created the George Norlin Award to honor Norlin, his legacy, and the growing legions of extraordinary alumni following in his footsteps. Since then, the association has recognized about 200 outstanding alumni with the Norlin Award. President Norlin himself was recognized with the award in 1939. Though not an alum, his visionary spirit and his commitment to campus made him a model for all of us to this day. In addition to the Norlin Award, the Alumni Association will be presenting 2 other prestigious awards this evening: the Kalpana Chawla Outstanding Recent Graduate Award and the Robert L. Stearns Award. And now, we celebrate 6 individuals who have refused to stand on the sidelines of life. They have demonstrated immense enthusiasm and devotion towards CU Boulder, and they know the thrill of high achievement, both personally and professionally. We are excited to recognize our 2020 award recipients. Our first award for the evening is the Kalpana Chawla Outstanding Recent Graduate Award, which has been presented since 1982 and recognizes CU Boulder alumni who have made exceptional contributions to their field within 15 years of leaving CU. This award was renamed in 2004 to honor CU Boulder alum Kalpana Chawla, who had an impressive career as a scientist and as an astronaut. Kalpana died on February 1st, 2003, when the Space Shuttle Columbia exploded upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. Several years before her death, Kalpana told one of our engineering staffers, quote, "You will always be successful if you follow your passion," end quote. This award honors individuals who truly follow their dreams. We have one special honoree this evening, Wei Wu.
The world has taken notice of Wei Wu. In 2019, he received a Grammy Award for Best Opera Recording for his role as Steve Jobs' spiritual advisor in the opera, The Revolution of Steve Jobs. His progression from CU Boulder student to accomplished performer was the result of a decade of practice, persistence, and performance, along with the support of friends, patrons, and teachers. Wei got his start in his home city of Beijing, China, before attending CU. After graduating, he was admitted to the Washington National Opera Fritz Young Artist Program, where he performed on the stage of the Kennedy Center. He then joined the roster of the New York Metropolitan Opera. Today, Wei remains humble and grateful for his opportunities. He and his wife, also a CU music alum, were married in the home of his CU scholarship supporters, John and Anna C. For this and more, the Alumni Association is honored to present Wei with the Kalpana Chawla Outstanding Recent Graduate Award.
Wei, it is wonderful to have you here tonight. Last time we crossed paths was in New York City. You joined us for CU Boulder Next, and I had the honor of listening to you sing to that incredible audience. Congratulations on this award. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much, and good evening. Thank you so much to the CU Alumni Award Committee to give me such a privileged award. I'm deeply honored to have been nominated along with our amazing CU alumnus and professors. To be honest, I think this is the best thing that happened to me during the challenge year of 2020. So it brought me so much joy and happiness. I couldn't even imagine being selected. I remember I came to CU from Beijing in 2008 for my graduate degree in music with limited English and lots of culture shock. Now, as a professional opera singer, I actually realize more and more every day how important it is to me that CU education helps me to become who I am today. CU definitely provides me an incomparable solid foundation on my career path. I just want to take this moment to thank all the kindness people who have helped me during my wonderful study years at CU. First, my scholarship supporter, Mr. John Annecy, and my nominator for this award is the Emeritus Dean of the College of Music, Professor Daniel Scher, and other dear faculties. And of course, many of my lifetime friends who I feel like a family member back in Colorado. I think this award is for them, and it's the best way for me to thank all of them. I love you all. Now, even I live in New York, I always try to find a time to visit Colorado every year because it feels like going back home to me. So I sincerely hope everything will go back to normal soon so I can meet and celebrate with you all in person next year. Again, thank you so much for the award. I will keep this gratitude and continue to give back to my alma mater, the University of Colorado at Boulder. Wish everyone a healthy and happy holiday. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wei. The next award, the Robert L. Stearns Award, the highest Alumni Association recognition for members of the CU Boulder faculty and staff. It was created in 1953, the year CU Boulder alumnus Bob Stearns retired as CU's sixth president. The Robert L. Stearns Award honors exceptional achievement or service in any one, but usually a combination of the following areas: outstanding teaching, extraordinary service to the university, exemplary work with students, significant research, and off-campus service to the community. The awards committee selected 2 recipients for this honor. Our first is Bud Coleman.
Bud Coleman has spent nearly 30 years as a professor in the CU Boulder Department of Theater and Dance, but is also deeply involved in the campus beyond the theater. He currently serves as commencement marshal, the inaugural Roe Green Endowed Chair in Theater, and the Divisional Dean of Arts and Humanities in the College of Arts and Sciences. Bud has contributed greatly to CU's LGBTQ community, including time spent as a member of the Chancellor's Gender and Sexuality Committee since 1994. He's been the faculty advisor to the Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, and Transgender Resource Center and was a foundational advisor for CU's undergraduate certificate in LGBTQ studies. As an artist, he has directed, choreographed, or produced nearly 50 plays and musicals, including 20 with CU. He also continues to act. Bud's charisma on campus will linger for years. The Alumni Association is honored to present him the Robert L. Stearns Award.
Bud, congratulations. It's wonderful to see you. It is such an honor to be able to present this award to you, somebody who has dedicated so much time to the campus, most recently as our new commencement marshal. So congratulations again, and it's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you, Ryan. I am humbled and honored to accept the Robert L. Stearns Award. It hardly seems right to be singled out for this distinction when I should be the one to express my gratitude for having the best job in the world at this wonderful institution. When I think back to the incredible students, hardworking staff, and path-breaking faculty that I have been privileged to work with here at CU Boulder, I can only breathlessly state that I am the luckiest person I know. Time does not allow me to name all the individuals who have helped shape my CU Boulder journey, but I have to do a special shout out to CU alum and generous donor, Ro Green. I have learned so much from Ro over the years, but it is her unwavering faith in the power of education and the efficacy of the arts to change lives that inspires me every single day. So to Ro Green and all of my nominators, my sincere thanks. And thank you to everyone at the Alumni Association. I am so grateful to call the University of Colorado Boulder my home.
Congratulations, Bud. Our second honoree of the evening is Ruben Donato.
Some educators might shy away from tough discussions in their classrooms. Professor Ruben Donato leans into them. Since 1993, Ruben has served CU Boulder with a commitment to equity and justice. His teaching is widely hailed as both highly effective and demanding. In particular, he challenges his students to think critically about the role of race in education. In his research, Ruben studies the history of Mexican Americans in public schools, including the fight for school desegregation. He is also a faculty leader in the School of Education, consistently advocating for junior scholars and offering support to assistant professors of color. Amid his busy schedule, Ruben takes time to mentor graduate students in deep and meaningful ways. As a former mentee put it, no one has been more influential as a teacher and mentor in my life. For Ruben's great accomplishments, the Alumni Association proudly presents him with the Robert L. Stearns Award.
Ruben, thank you so much for your service to the institution. It is apparent from everything that you're doing, you're touching this community and truly making a difference. It is a true honor to be able to give this award to you tonight. Thank you for being here.
I thank you. I am honored to be here this afternoon, and I want to thank the CU Alumni Committee for this award. I want the Alumni Association to know that I'm most grateful for this recognition. I especially thank Professor Joe Coleman and Dean Kathy Schultz for thinking of me as someone who is worthy of this recognition. I also want to thank Professor Julie Ruben and Brad Bartels for their letters of support. This was a total surprise. I owe much to my former advisor, David Tyak, who mentored me through some wonderful years as a doctoral student at Stanford. As a doctoral student, I was well prepared by Professor Tyak, and I tried to pay this thoughtful treatment forward to my doctoral students. In addition to many faculty members at Stanford who were influential in my scholarly development, I have been fortunate to have many talented people help me throughout my career. There are too many to mention, but I want to give special thanks to Professors Chris Gutierrez from the University of California at Berkeley, Barbara Rogoff from the University of California, Santa Cruz, and Professor Herman Garcia from New Mexico State University. I will forever be indebted to these individuals. I am now on my 27th year at CU. While at CU, I was fortunate to have collaborated with colleagues who cared deeply about their teaching. I spent many hours thinking and talking about how to give my very best to undergraduate and graduate students. I want to thank Professors Bill McGinley and Dan Liston for listening to me talk about my teaching over the years and I thank them for helping me become a better instructor. I want to conclude with a few words of special gratitude to Dean Kathy Schultz. I am both grateful and inspired by the leadership of Dean Schultz in the School of Education, her passion and commitment to building a racially and ethnically diverse School of Education, and her attentiveness to multiple forms of justice. I am most thankful to be recognized as a recipient of this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruben. The final award this evening is the George Norland Award. This honor is the highest recognition presented by the CU Boulder Alumni Association and pays tribute to alumni of the University of Colorado Boulder for distinguished lifetime achievement. It recognizes alumni who have demonstrated a commitment to excellence in their chosen field of endeavor and enduring devotion to the betterment of society and their communities. This year, the awards committee honors 3 very special Norland Award recipients. Our first Norland Award recipient is Tom Garfinkel.
Tom Garfinkel serves as Vice Chairman, President, and CEO of the Miami Dolphins and Hard Rock Stadium, and is considered a commanding voice in South Florida and the sports industry. Spearheaded by Tom, the Dolphins have not only renovated their stadium and increased attendance, in addition to hosting the 2020 Super Bowl, but have also expanded their charitable efforts and community outreach. As a board member for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge, Tom helped the Dolphins raise over $6 million for Miami's Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center in 2020, the largest such fundraiser of any NFL team. Tom also led an initiative to be the first stadium to eliminate 99% of single-use plastics and become the first stadium in sports to achieve an objective third-party expert standard for cleanliness during the pandemic. For his accomplishments, the Alumni Association is proud to present him with the George Norland Award.
Tom, it is great to have you here from Florida, and I know it's your busy season right now, so thank you for taking the time to join us. I have to tell you one quick thing, and it's not going to be popular in the state of Colorado. I'm a lifelong Dolphins fan. What can I say? So it's wonderful to celebrate you in particular, and it's wonderful to have you here tonight so we can present this award to you. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that you're a Dolphins fan. I'd like to thank you for this incredible honor and say congratulations to all my fellow honorees tonight. You know, I never imagined when I was studying at Norland Library that I would be receiving the George Norland Award. So it's quite a humbling experience tonight. I want to thank my mom and dad, my sister, my wife, Allison, my boys, Harrison, Jackson, and Miller, for their unwavering love and trust and support. I'd also like to thank, fellow Buffs, Dick Anderson and Steve Hatchell, for their support and for the example that they set. Going to CU was one of the biggest and best decisions of my life. Aside from getting to live in Boulder for 4 years, which was wonderful in and of itself, it was the diversity at Boulder, not just the academic experience, but the people that I met and the diversity of the people that I met from all different kinds of backgrounds and from all over the country that really served me so well throughout my career and throughout my life. So I look forward to hopefully seeing you all in Boulder soon. This has been a difficult stretch for a lot of people. I'm blessed and lucky and to lead and to have the opportunities that I have. And a lot of that's due to my time at the University of Colorado. And so I'm forever grateful and humbled by that, and wish everyone to stay safe. Hope to see you in Boulder soon. And thank you again for this honor.
Thank you so much, Tom. Really appreciate it. Our second George Norland Award winner is Chris Gutierrez.
An internationally recognized education researcher, Chris Gutierrez is creating more equitable classrooms for all. Chris has helped transform education for marginalized groups, including immigrant and migrant communities. She recognizes that both teachers and students can bring expertise to the classroom, and she's studied how learning environments can better reflect non-Western cultures. Chris was a member of President Obama's Education Policy Transition Team, and she has served as president of the American Educational Research Association. But her most direct impact comes from her teaching and mentoring. Chris is committed not only to passing on her own knowledge, but to being an ally to underserved students. After earning her doctorate from CU and serving as the inaugural provost chair in the School of Education, Chris now teaches at UC Berkeley, where she continues to inspire new scholars and educators. The Alumni Association is honored to present Chris Gutierrez with the George Norland Award.
Welcome and congratulations. I do want to say, as a lifelong educator, thank you for what you do. Your work is absolutely critically important for our society, and it is truly an honor to be able to celebrate you tonight. Congratulations and thanks again for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, CU Alumni Association, for the prestigious George Norland Award, and my former esteemed colleagues, Professors Joe Pullman, Arturo Cortez, and Jose Lizarraga from the School of Education for their nomination. I'm also so proud Professors Cortez and Lizarraga were my students at UC Berkeley. This recognition has significant meaning for me as CU was a crucible for my lifelong research, teaching, and commitment to use my work for the social good. Prior to and during my tenure in the PhD program, I was a full-time administrator developing academic programs for undergraduate and graduate students and faculty as a director of the Academic Learning Center, which was then housed in the basement of Norland Library. If you can believe, several programs I've developed are still in existence, including the graduate teacher program and the after-school program in Lafayette, El Pueblo Mágico, now known as EPIC. I have to add that Chancellor DeStefano was also one of my professors and early mentors. I'm indebted to CU for all the opportunities it afforded me. It was such an honor to return to CU in 2009 as professor in the inaugural provost chair, a position I held until I returned to the UC system in 2014. That year I was elected as distinguished professor for the CU system. I'm pretty sure I was the first Latina elected. I certainly could never have imagined this trajectory when I first arrived at CU in my early 20s. Of course, the sensibility and my goal to earn a PhD here in Boulder and to leverage my career for the public good began much earlier. And I think there's a slide for this. I am a fourth generation Arizonan, the proud daughter of Frank and Mary Gutierrez, a copper miner and teacher aide who, as my lifelong teachers, taught me about the value of education and a profound sense of equity and justice. I recently lost my 94-year-old World War II vet father, but I know that he, like my mother who passed before him, would be so proud. They so loved coming to spend the summers in Boulder, and when my dad was rooting for ASU, he was a proud Buff. I close by acknowledging the most important people in my life, my wonderful and brilliant son, Scott, who was born and lived in Boulder until we moved to UCLA, and my perfect grandchildren, Akira, Kaiden, and Logan. Thank you, CU, for all you've done for me.
Congratulations again, Chris. Thank you again for being here. Our final George Norland Award recipient is Nikhil Mankekar.
The human life is of utmost importance to Nikhil Mankekar. He has been a champion for women, Black, Indigenous, and people of color, immigrants, the LGBTQ community, the homeless population, and under-resourced and underserved communities in Boulder and Greater Colorado. As the first Indian and Sikh American appointed to a city board in Boulder, Nikhil's leadership as a member and chairman of the City of Boulder's Human Relations Commission has led to several changes in Boulder law and social policy. Among many other efforts, he oversaw updates to Boulder's hate crime ordinance, spearheaded new housing and mobile home protections, and fought the criminalization of homelessness in Boulder. Nikhil is a musician, artist, educator, and facilitator. He is the producer and host of his own radio show and podcast and has appeared on NPR's All Things Considered. CU Boulder also benefits from his time. He is a regular conference on world affairs panelist and a student mentor. The Alumni Association is proud to present him with the George Norland Award.
Nikhil, congratulations. Thank you so much for your service to the university, to Boulder. It's obvious you're making a huge difference in your community. It is a true honor to present this award to you tonight.
Thank you so much. I just want to start off by thanking CU, thanking the Alumni Association for granting me with this honor. I'm just blown away. I'm honored and humbled by this. I think when I think back to my time at CU, I never expected that I would be sitting here today getting the George Norland Award and sitting with so many just talented and these esteemed recipients. It's truly an honor. I'm very grateful. I want to thank all of my family and friends who are all in the audience, probably posting in the chat now. I'll see that stuff later. Thank all of you. I really want to share this award with all of you because everything I've done, the best thing has been that they've all been collaborative efforts. And the best thing for me has always just been the relationships and friendships I've built, especially over this past decade with all of you. I think about it every day, and it's been a tough time for a lot of people. But I always think about that, and we always talk, and I know things will get better. I have to think back to my time at CU. It was kind of the same from elementary school, middle school, high school, and then when I got to CU, the first day of class, the professor does roll call, they see my name, and then they kind of look up at me and say, "Are you his brother?" And they're talking about my brother, who I was lucky to also overlapped in a little bit of time at CU with, and then they would always follow up, well, you have a lot to live up to, and then they just move on. So all my classes kicked off that way. He's really just a tremendous inspiration to me. I love him a lot, and nothing that has happened for the community, especially these past couple of years, would have happened without him. I have to thank my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad, I'm a first generation immigrant. My mom and dad came to this country, and rather than returning home overseas, they decided to come to Boulder, and they made Boulder their family's home. There's something really special about that. It's a challenging and difficult journey, but I'm so glad they did. I'm really proud to call Boulder my home. And despite all the challenges and difficulties that they have been through in that process, and later that I went through, we came through. So to be able to get this award today is extra special because of that. So I thank them. I love them both. I've been one of my mom's oldest friends, who she met in college, and when she was a foreign student. Recently reconnected through all of this, and the great thing is I got a little bit of time with her on the phone, and she told me about my mom, and she's telling me, "Man, your mom is you're a lot like your mom. She's very direct, always stands up for people, and really doesn't take any BS from anyone." So I might have to adopt that a little bit more. I know I'm pretty nice with all of you. I think I'll be a little bit more like my mom going forward. So watch out. I have to thank my dad. I love my dad. This award, I want to give this to you. Really blessed to have a dad like mine, to have come from India to this country and have made the life he had. It just seems like an impossible journey. And his brilliance and his strength and tenacity and all of that, I just want to thank him for passing that along to me. I graduated as valedictorian in my class. I got this Chancellor's Recognition Award when I graduated. And when you graduate that way, there's a lot of expectations on you immediately, and it signals a lot of promise. But when you're that young, you don't really know if what's going to happen. You don't know how you're going to fulfill all that promise or what's going to come your way in life. And to begin that way, and the time to receiving this honor now was definitely not a straight line. Faced a lot of challenges, and there was a time where I had to do things alone, and I didn't have any help for a long time. And amidst all of those, I came through, and so I think that's that strength of my dad making his way and making a home and giving us a good life in this country that must have just been in me that got me through those times. So this is extra sweet just to know that the promise of when I graduated, through all the ups and downs, twists and turns, that promise has been fulfilled and then some today. So that feels really good. I got to thank all my professors in the audience watching. I was lucky to be asked to be a teaching assistant in finance as an undergraduate, and they gave me my own office on the faculty floor of the business school. So I got to know all of them and picked up a lot of knowledge and mentorship from them. I have to thank Edie Hooton, Joanne Belknap, Mayor Suzanne Jones, all of the city councils I've gotten to work with, and the city councils who appointed me to the Human Relations Commission and giving me that opportunity. I was definitely not a political insider and wasn't, part of the local politics at all. I just was really passionate about civil and human rights and building inclusivity into the community. And they gave me my chance. I thank them for the collaboration, and they always trusted me. They knew I was going to bring them a very complete package and do a great job and really bring forth the community's needs and address them in the best way. So thanks to all of them. And I am probably one of the youngest, if not the youngest, recipients of this award. Just to get a Lifetime Achievement Award is so humbling, and I feel really honored by it. As I think to what's happening right now on the planet, I think, especially 2020, things have really taken to challenging times, but I just want to leave you with all of this. Light always shines forth and dispels the darkness. It always has in my own life. And I have hope. We should all have hope because when good people come together and bring that light forth, I think humanity's best days lie ahead. So have hope, keep the faith, and just thank you to everyone.
Congratulations, Nikhil, and congratulations to all of our award winners. Thanks for joining us tonight, and thank you for everything that you're doing in your careers and making a difference in this world. I wanted to reiterate a few things. Number one is this is a special day, and even though we're doing it in this format, which a lot of things are being done in this format these days, it doesn't take away from the importance of these awards and the importance of what the award winners are contributing to our university and to society. We hope to be back doing this in person next year. And when we do, all of you will be invited back to attend and recognize our next batch of award winners. This is the second longest tradition at the University of Colorado, and we're going to continue it. So we appreciate you sticking with us through this unique time period. I wanted to thank our Chancellor, Dr. Phil DeStefano, and most of all, I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight for a wonderful and inspiring evening. Before we close, I'd like to share two areas where the Alumni Association is working to make a bigger impact. First, tonight we share the stories of a sampling of our Forever Buffs' vast talent and compassion. I am humbled each and every day to hear what our alumni are doing in their careers and lives. We want to hear more stories. Do you know an alum, student, faculty, or staff member that should be recognized for their contributions or achievements? Please consider nominating that person for next year's award ceremony. Help us to recognize more from our community by sharing their stories. Second, I want to make you aware of the work the Alumni Association is doing to support our current and incoming students. In 2020, the Alumni Association awarded over $187,000 in scholarships to over 150 students from a variety of backgrounds and geographic locations. Thanks to the generous donations from many of you attending tonight, we are proud to say that this is the largest dollar amount and distribution in our history, but that's not enough. Our goal is to raise awareness of the impact these scholarships have on our students and increase our funds and the amount of support we offer. If you would like more information on how you can help us make a bigger impact, please visit our website, colorado.edu/alumni, or send myself or others on the alumni team a note, and we'll be happy to follow up with you. Speaking of the alumni team, I want to thank our alumni team who helped pull this together. Even though we're remote, this is a heavy lift, and they work very, very hard to make sure that this is a special evening of recognition for our alumni here and far abroad. Before we close tonight, we want to mention that CU Boulder was one of the first state universities to eliminate the dues model for alumni. That's right, you don't have to pay dues to be a part of the Alumni Association. Over a decade ago, we launched this model called Forever Buffs. This recognizes all of our alumni as part of a community that today numbers over 250,000. Our Alumni Association is dedicated to helping the Forever Buffs family connect with the university, contribute to its greatness, and, like tonight, celebrate its many accomplishments. Thank you again for joining us on Zoom to celebrate our amazing alumni and CU community during this year's Homecoming and Family Weekend, titled Wherever You Roam. We are proud to be Forever Buffs and a part of this world-class institution. To close out tonight, we'll leave you with a quarantine rendition of the fight song from our own Golden Buffalo Marching Band. Even though we're not together physically, our spirit stays strong. So please keep CU in your heart, on the inside of your coat, on your socks, wherever you feel you want to represent. And thank you, and go Buffs.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.